Hello, this is Patrick Shedevy, and welcome to this segment of Success Essentials, where we will dive into key communication and presenting principles. To get started, let me ask you a question. Why do we communicate? Well, naturally, to share information, to share your feelings and feel connected with others, to share something that's important to you, to get a job, a promotion, sell your idea, maybe to attract someone of the opposite sex, to get someone to like you, to persuade someone, maybe to teach someone something, or to influence others. I can actually summarize all of these reasons into one. People communicate to get something they want. Some of these are obvious, like trying to get a job, a promotion, trying to sell something, get someone to like you, convince someone you are right. But even those that may be less obvious come down to you wanting something. Imagine, for example, that you're simply talking with a friend. Aren't you doing it because of a need to feel connected to someone? Or what about teaching someone something? Well, either it's your job and you want to get paid, or maybe you do it because you want the students to learn something and to have better opportunities in the future as a result. Either way, it is something you want. You're communicating because of something you want. And you need to get good at it. In the end, you are pretty much always selling. But what is it that you're selling? Garrison Wynn, the author of the book titled The Real Truth About Success, said, "People buy from people they trust, and they trust people they like." So what is it you are selling? Yourself. Wow, what a new concept. It's not about the product features. It's not even about the benefits of the product. Of course, those things are also important. But in the end, it comes down to you. So how important are your communication and presenting skills? They're critically important. But, Patrick, you'll say, I don't know how to sell, or I hate to sell myself, or I hate talking about myself. Well, let me share a secret with you. Let's revisit that quote by Garrison Wynn that I just shared with you. He said, quote, "People buy from people they trust, and they trust people they like." I personally think there is something missing to this statement that is very important. My version of this quote is, people buy from people they trust, and they trust people they like, and they like people who make them feel good about themselves. Consider what poet and civil rights activist Maya Angelou said, quote, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." End quote. Mary Kay Ash, the founder of the company Mary Kay, which sells over $3.5 billion of cosmetics every year, said something very similar. Quote, "Pretend that every single person you meet has a sign around his or her neck that says, 'Make me feel important.' Not only will you succeed in sales, you will succeed in life." End quote. I recently read an article about former President of the United States, Bill Clinton. The article pointed out that, quote, "People who've met President Bill Clinton often say he has a way of making you feel as though you're the only one in the room. He gives you his full and undivided attention, and he seems genuinely interested and eager to hear your story." End quote. They go on to say, "Bill Clinton is a remarkable communicator because he's unusually attentive and dialed into people." When you think about it, all of this makes a lot of sense. Let me ask you this. Who is the one person that everyone likes to think about the most? That's right, themselves. So, you see, it isn't about selling something or even selling yourself, because the person you are talking to most likely isn't concerned about you. They're thinking about themselves and what they want. So if you focus on what they want, including making them feel good about themselves, then more than half of your work is done. This is such an important concept. Let me say it again. When presenting or communicating with someone, stop thinking about yourself and think about the person or the people you're talking to. I know you can do that. It will make all the difference for you professionally and in your personal life. Of course, there are other details in regards to presenting and communicating that we need to consider, and we will get into those during the next several segments. Specifically, we will cover presenting in person, on video, such as Zoom meetings or calls, and also things like YouTube videos. Then we will cover presenting yourself in writing, such as CVs, letters, or emails. And finally, we will also cover things like body language and voice considerations. Get ready to practice some of these. It's going to be a fun few days. Bye for now.